Thalidomide, the drug that caused birth defects. In the late 1950s, a new drug entered the market with a promise that sounded almost perfect. Thalidomide was introduced as a mild sedative, safe, non-addictive, and nearly impossible to overdose on. It was quickly prescribed to treat anxiety, insomnia, and most notably, morning sickness in pregnant women. Doctors trusted it. Patients trusted it. It was sold in dozens of countries across Europe, Australia, and beyond. At first, everything seemed fine. The hidden horror. Not long after, something deeply disturbing began to emerge. Doctors started noticing an unusual rise in babies born with severe deformities. Deformities, arms and legs that were shortened, missing, or flipper-like. This rare condition became known as phocomelia. Some infants were also born blind, deaf, or with damaged internal organs. At first, no one understood why. There was no clear pattern, until investigators started connecting the cases. The mothers had one thing in common. They had taken thalidomide during pregnancy. The shocking discovery. Researchers eventually uncovered the truth. Even a single dose of thalidomide during early pregnancy, sometimes as early as day 20, could interfere with the development of a fetus. The drug disrupted the growth of blood vessels, which are essential for forming limbs and organs. By the time the connection was confirmed, the damage was already global. Over 10,000 babies across more than 40 countries were affected. Thousands died shortly after birth. The aftermath. By the early 1960s, thalidomide was pulled from markets worldwide. One of the most notable figures in preventing an even greater tragedy was Frances Oldham Kelsey, FDA reviewer in the United States, who refused to approve the drug due to safety concerns. Because of her decision, the U.S. avoided the worst of the crisis. In the years that followed, lawsuits and public outrage forced massive changes in how drugs are tested and approved. Modern drug regulations, especially around pregnancy safety, exist largely because of this disaster. Why it still matters. Today, thalidomide is still being used in very controlled settings for certain diseases, but under strict regulations to prevent pregnancy exposure. Its legacy remains a warning. A drug can appear completely safe until it isn't. Thalidomide turned a trusted medicine into a global tragedy, proving that unseen risks can have irreversible consequences, and forever changing how the world tests and approves drugs. Subscribe and follow for more true stories.